Welcome to the Moon Magic Tarot channel. Thank you for joining me. This is your weekly guidance from Spirit. I post these readings every single Sunday. We're going to draw 3 cards for 3 readings and a rune and a charm. These are really about the next 7 days, the next week, and you know, if you are tuning into these, you can tune into them at any time, basically. So I know some people follow them weekly, but you might actually find the right reading at a different time. So just go with your gut when you're looking for a reading. I always think our intuition never lies, really. Now, I'm already seeing this as reading 1, and this is reading 2. And reading 3. Okay, let's have a look and see what we have, and then we'll draw a rune and a charm as well. So reading number 1, the card is Cosmic Heart. Reading number 2, Whirling Goddess. Wow. And reading number 3, The Dissolving Light. Interesting. Card number 3 from reading number 3. Okay, beautiful cards. Now we'll draw a rune and a charm for any of you who like to have that little bit of additional information or guidance to tune you in. Some of you may already know, of course. So, reading number 1, you have the rune of initiation. Cosmic Heart Initiation. Whirling Goddess and the rune of movement. The Dissolving Light and the rune of defense. Okay, let's look at the charms. Reading 1. You have the bells. These always remind me of confetti. Reading 2. You have the anchor. And reading 3. You have an umbrella. It's more of a parasol, actually, I think, because it has a ribbon on it. Okay, so Super Souls, I'll leave the video running just for a few moments so that you can sit with your intuition. You may already know which reading, you may even find yourself drawn to more than one, in which case check them out, and I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Welcome, reading number 1. You have chosen the card of Cosmic Heart with these beautiful bells. They always do remind me of confetti. I always feel like there's a celebration around. Now, the rune of initiation is interesting because it feels, it's like a rite of passage. Now, I don't want to dive into too much interpretation yet. We'll draw oracle cards and tarot cards straight away. But I do feel something is, I mean, just look at the energy and movement from the heart here. Let's put this card up here and see what we are shown in your cards. So we'll draw some oracle cards and some tarot cards and see what shows up. There's your first oracle card. Your second. I'm going to take a third. And I'm going to use the Enchanted map oracle as well for you guys. Just the one. Okay, let's have a look at your oracle cards first and then we'll draw some tarot. So you have Gorse. This is interesting because the rune of initiation is a rite of passage. You're moving through something. It's something very personal as well. It's not always a process that you can explain to someone else. You know, it really is a very deeply personal spiritual transformation. The cosmic heart is in itself a card that's a shift to a space of, gosh, I mean, of openings, of embracing life, love, knowing yourself differently, and in light of that, the universe opening up for you. It can mean things get shaken up, but we have this little charm of celebration. Gorse is a card that says, change your perspective and the world will change with you. So there's some kind of initiation, some process. You have the card of come together. Then we have Wild Red Rider, blessing bestowed. I love this card. Oh, look at this, grace in full flight. Wow. Okay, reading number 1. I think there is a magnificent transition here for you. I think something is going to literally shift and move forwards. Now it may be, I almost feel like you guys maybe have been working at some kind of an inner belief or an inner something, a block or something that's been in the way. This is a week, this is your weekly guidance from Spirit, from your Spirit team. I think this is a week when something comes together. Literally, it emerges, it moves forwards. Now, it may not come in the way that you expect. Let's draw some tarot cards here as well. Okay, we'll have those too. And this one. Yeah, it may not come in the shape or form that you expect. Let's have a look and see what we have. We have the Chariot. We have the card of Strength. We have the Page of Pentacles. This is interesting. We have the King of Swords. Oh, wow. Super Swords, you have 2 kings, the King of Swords and the King of Wands. Okay, this is very interesting. I'm going to draw from another tarot pack as well. That is the card I was about to say, just one. Ace of Wands. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so there is a real opportunity here for you, reading number 1 this week. Your Spirit team are saying to you, change your perspective. Now, I think this is either, it's really interesting, it's either from the inside out or from the outside in. Okay, I feel like we've got these 2 cards. One is launching outwards, one is moving inwards, but the outcome is the same. There's a new beginning. The energy of the Ace of Wands is around you. The energy of a new beginning is around you. Something comes to its natural, I want to say comes to a head. It's emerging, it's pushing through, it's opening up. It's, yeah, it's almost like it is like a rite of passage, a rebirth in some way. Now something is going to literally reach a point this week. And it may be in the middle of the week. You might find the middle of the week. And of course, in the coming week, we are moving, the moon is getting bigger. We are moving towards the full moon. I will be doing some full moon readings. But you know, this is going to come together. There's going to be I do think it might be the midpoint of your week. This is a 7-day reading for the 7 days ahead at any time when you watch it. Changing your perspective is really important here. So it's going to change from the inside out or the outside in. Either something is going to happen in your world that causes you to change your perspective on something, to see it differently, or you are working on something that will come from the inside out. You change your perspective internally on something and it opens a doorway outside. Either way, there is a point of change this week for you guys. And it is a point that has been pushing to emerge. It's going to happen quite quickly. We have the Chariot and we have the Strength card. So I feel that it could come all of a sudden, you know, something will just arrive or happen or push to a head or come to the front of your world. But something is going to emerge, and the whole purpose of it is about shifting some kind of perspective for you. Shifting the way that you see something is going to change. Now, you've either been, as I said, working at this and it's almost like that solidifies, because suddenly events click into place and you think, oh wow, I've been really working at this and it's working. You know, it's absolutely working, and it's like it gels, it takes, you can run with it, you know. Wild Red Rider, blessing bestowed. I mean, this is a fabulous moment, okay? Even if it comes suddenly and unexpectedly, it's a fabulous moment, and it is bringing opportunity and promise to you. The Page of Pentacles sits here. There's a point where this is happening with purpose. It's bringing things together. Blessings bestowed. I mean, bestowed. So we're really seeing, reading number 1, an opportunity arising that creates a new beginning. Now, very, very interesting that we have 2 kings, the King of Swords and the King of Wands. It's like your mind and your heart unite. Something that you have been thinking about unites with your passions. So something pushes forwards. Yeah, from the inside out or the outside in. That's really what we're being shown here. So this week for you, reading number 1, what is gorgeous about this is, even though I feel that for some of you that turning point is going to come fast and yet unexpectedly, the outcome is a celebration. And it's, you know, we have blessings, we have promise, opportunity. So something is shifting. If it feels uneasy for you or it's sudden, you know, grace in full flight, strength. If for some reason the suddenness of this feels like, you know, you just feel like you're suddenly not on solid ground. Something comes along and you think, wow, it's like literally somebody could sweep you off your feet, or something comes in and it's a completely different direction, or it's an idea, or suddenly you see something with clarity and you think, wow, how did I never see that before? But it feels really wobbly because it's a very different way of looking at the world. However that arrives, just go with it with grace, okay? So whatever change, whatever, and it, you know, whatever is initiated in your world, whatever comes to the surface, whatever arrives, whatever lands, take it with really good grace, because this is an absolute blessing, even if it really either, I want to say stops you in your tracks, but I don't think there's going to be much stopping, because I think things are opening up in a really big way for you in some way, shape or form. You might find you get an offer of something that was unexpected and it's like, whoa, do I accept it? Don't I? You know, like a firework, literally. In fact, you know, when you, what's that saying? And I need to say it, try and say it politely, but when someone puts a rocket up your, you know, your proverbial, I don't know what, don't wish to use inappropriate words on YouTube, but yeah, it's like someone comes and puts a rocket up, you know, behind you, and you go, and you know, you leap into action because you need to. But as you leap into action, wow, this is connecting you to something you have been dreaming of, something that you have been passionately wanting and thinking about. It's almost like suddenly there's the possibility of this now becoming real, of an offer or an opportunity, blessings bestowed, celebration. But it's almost like it is exactly that. Something comes through, it's something you wanted, it takes you by surprise. You'll know that it changes your perspective on things, it changes the way you're viewing things, it changes the way that you approach things. And even though you've really, really wanted it, because it's so sudden, fast, and that a part of you may you know, almost do a double take. You may almost, for some of you, disbelieve in that it could be this real. You know, it's got that flavour about it. Let's draw some more cards for you. I think we will draw some more tarot cards actually from a different pack to see how this is emerging. Let me see what pack I'm going to use. Yeah, I think we'll use the Light Seers Tarot. So we are asking for reading number 1, guidance for the week ahead. We're seeing something coming together, reaching a pivotal moment, a turning point, opening a celebration, but it looks as if it's going to happen fast and in a wow kind of way that could feel wobbly or, well, exciting, passionate, going to change reading number 1's perspective or take on things. So we're asking for additional advice, please, perhaps on how they may handle this or how this may arrive. And I'm seeing that card too. Okay, now these 2 cards that came straight out, what do you have again? I say again, I don't know why I thought again. I know why. 2 of Pentacles. Here in the card of Strength, we have the symbol of infinity. This symbol is often present in the 2 of Pentacles, particularly in the more traditional packs. Really interesting that I just homed in and I thought we'd almost had this card twice. So this is real opportunity. There's the opportunity to begin something, to invest in something, to have resources come to you, energy return to you, vitality, passion. Here we have the Sun. Okay. We also have the Emperor. We have the Lovers. Oh, and we have the 5 of Wands. This is real opportunity. Real opportunity for you to climb a ladder of some sort. This is an opening of promise. And it is fascinating. It's initiated. I'll go back to what I said. It will be in this opportunity of promise will be initiated in your world, this rite of passage, either by something external happening or by something internal. But you do need to change your perspective. Either it will automatically change your perspective, or you need to shift your perspective in order to receive it, to own it, to have it, to hold it, to own it. 2 of Pentacles. This is a significant opening for you. Something's coming to a head. There's an opportunity. It is a turning point. It's literally a turning point where something comes together and you can move forwards from a much greater position of empowerment. I think you get to climb the ladder of prosperity here. You do have a choice though. The card of the Lovers is fundamentally a card of choice. The Sun is offering you this incredible opportunity, passion, vitality, love. The Emperor says, a bit like the King of Swords and the King of Wands coming together, it's like the Emperor says, you know, it's time for you to pick up this opportunity and run with it, because this is a blessing. The Lovers indicates a choice, and what I'm seeing here is, reading number 1, that you do have a choice. In the different ways that we were thinking about this reading at the very beginning, whether this comes from the outside in or the inside out, it will be important for you to shift your perspective. For those of you who may have been feeling quite stuck, but it's part of that is you're thinking about, perhaps thinking about a lack of possibility, you will need to change your perspective in order to view, you know, this opportunity in its realness, and indeed for you to seize it. This is a week where literally it is a blessing bestowed upon you, reading number 1. I am really excited for you. I feel for several of you it could be literally a career opportunity. There's an opportunity to climb the ladder Whether you are climbing the ladder in your in the esteem of your community, or whether you're climbing the ladder in your career, or whether you're climbing the ladder in terms of overcoming something that was hindering you, either way, this is a week when something happens suddenly and it reconnects you with passion, with vitality. It's so fast and so sudden that it might actually leave you wobbling, but there is real opportunity here, and you do have a choice. You don't have to take it, but your spirit team are kind of nudging you to take it. They kind of want you to take it. They'd like you to take it because it is actually a very significant opportunity. And if the only thing that's stopping you from taking it is some inner perspective, you're being asked to shift that perspective and to do so consciously from the inside out. Super souls, read anything that happens to you this week as an opportunity. Whatever happens, if your car breaks down, trust it's an opportunity. It's going to bring you something. You'll meet someone, or something significant will happen, or you'll, get down the road and realize the fact that your car broke down and you were 20 minutes late meant that something else fell into place that you hadn't expected. Something is happening here, and that something, the initiation rune is big. That something is going to create a turning point in your life, even if you can't obviously see what it is. For some of you, this will be an opening, a window of opportunity that's very apparent. But for others, whatever happens, just trust. I think you'll see very clearly what the opportunity is by the end of the week, if I'm honest. I think this is a 7-day reading. But the key is to be alert to opportunity, even if it arrives in a way that you were not expecting. Reading number 1, I am really excited in manifesting. It feels like there is opportunity for you to literally climb a ladder of something that you have wanted, something you have thought about and you felt passionately about. Whatever that may be in your world, whether this is career, relationship, the moving forwards of something, but something emerges. It really does. So super souls, I'm just really excited for you. There's so much passion and aliveness. I mean, look at the sun energy and the cosmic heart. It's so full of vitality, so full of blessings. Absolutely gorgeous is all I'm going to say. Reading number 1. Super souls, this is your reading for the coming week. I post these every Sunday. I post lots of spontaneous readings as well that answer very specific questions. I put them all in a timeless readings playlist. I'll put the link in the information box and the comments. Super souls, if you would like to get notification of any of my readings, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, they should come into your stream. I think this is a lovely, major, not just a lovely week, an exciting week. It's a kind of, the fireworks are there. So whatever the fireworks are, they are bringing you such a blessing. Reading number 1. So don't wobble. This is a moment of amazing promise, and it really is gorgeous. And whilst you have a choice, your spirit team are edging you along and saying, go on, don't let your head get in the way, change your perspective. If there is anything within you that stops you from embracing this with confidence, kind of have a sight meeting with yourself and remove that one, because this is awesome. Super souls, thank you so much for joining me. This is a really exciting week for you. I'll put all relevant links in the information box, including I have a monthly prize draw, so do check that out as well. It's a subscriber offer. I'll just put all the links in the information box. I post a moon forecast on Fridays for the week ahead as well, literally with a daily rundown of the lunar energy coming in, so do check that out too. Super souls, just tons of love. This is exciting. I mean, reading number 1, this is just so exciting. Tons and tons of love. Welcome, reading number 2. You have chosen the card of the whirling goddess with the anchor and the rune of movement. Now, the rune of movement is the bettering of any situation. It's also things gathering momentum. And the whirling goddess is, wow, there's so much energy in it in terms of something just literally moving forwards, emerging. It's like dance the dance. Don't let your head get in the way. The anchor is very interesting. I don't want to say too much before we draw more cards, but the anchor is really interesting because the anchor is an anchor point. Sometimes we have to trust that the divine is handling something and that what is happening with good reason, even if it's in a kind of a whirlwind. Something is moving forwards for you this week, reading number 2. Very interesting. There's a different resonance to reading number 1, but nevertheless, still a lot of movement and emergence. Let's draw tarot cards and see what we're shown. Well, and oracle cards, I think, first. Ooh, okay, that was your card first, I think, showing here for us. And regardless of when you are, of course, tuning in with these readings, if you're tuning in with them the week that I post them every Sunday, we have a week of emergence ahead because of the coming full moon. That, of course, doesn't mean to say you might not be tuning into these at a different time. Okay. I'm going to leave it just like that for the moment. Let's look at these oracle cards, and there's one tarot as well. Okay, you have the Hierophant. It's your tarot card, your first tarot card here. You have Goblins. You have Clematis. And you have the cards of, wow, look at this. Surrender, sensitive sister. Be moved by the moon. Wow. Wild Red Rider, blessing bestowed. Okay. This is really becoming very clear here. Okay. Now, I think what I'm going to do is just draw just a few more tarot cards, just to clarify this. But what I feel is taking place this week for you is, I want to say divinely guided, but it's more than that, reading number 2. It's way more than just being divinely guided. It's literally a pathway from, I almost want to say, from darkness into light. It's a shifting of something. It's a pathway, the emergence. There may have been the energy of somebody or some people around you that haven't been so good. It's kind of like, basically, it's almost like, you know what I'm kind of seeing is this image of someone spiraling, dancing, whirling and whirling and whirling and whirling. And as they whirl and whirl and whirl, it's like everything that was clinging to them, that was inappropriate, falls away. That's what it feels like. Wild Red Rider, blessing bestowed. This card did come up in reading number 1. And I am interested as well in the fact that I am doing these readings, this particular weekly reading, as we move towards the full moon. Surrender, sensitive sister, be moved by the moon. Now, this is not a gender specific card, Super Souls, but there is something within you emotionally. There's so much movement here. There's something emotionally that has been troubling you or holding you back or lingering, and it is about to be completely dissipated. And I feel like, which is really gorgeous, I don't think you have to do anything to make this happen. I think something is going to take place that has been really important to you. You know, there's been some clinging, lingering energy. I'm going to ask more about it. We're going to draw tarot cards. But actually, it's almost like somebody else takes care of it. The divine takes care of it. You literally don't have to do anything. You just have to get your head out of the way, relax, don't worry about it, and it sorts itself out. I mean, this is really interesting, this reading. Even the card of Clematis, it's like, you know, we have these two figures here. It's like the combination of real concrete happenings alongside the dreaming space, entering the dream time, dreaming of possibility, dreaming of solutions. The two come together and something shifts, something transforms. Everything in this reading, the Hierophant, says, you know, something that has been in the way is about to shift. I really do feel that, yeah, it literally, you don't really have to do too much about this, which is really interesting. But it's also going to feel like a relief. You know, be moved by the moon, blessing bestowed. Something's going to take place in your week. So whatever is troubling you, let's draw more cards before I say any more. Reading number 2. Let's see what else we are shown. May we ask a little bit more about the situation that's taking place currently for reading number 2. A little bit more information about what's going on as well. We'll ask about what more details in a moment about what will happen, but let's ask about what's going on. What's been happening for reading number 2? Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups, we have the 10 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 4 of Swords. Oh, look, 2 4s, Super Souls, 2 4s. 4 of Swords and 4 of Pentacles. 7 of Cups, and then the 9 of Pentacles. Oh, this is lovely. This is just so lovely. I'm going to place this just over here next to Surrender, Sensitive Sister, Be Moved by the Moon, and Wild Red Rider, Blessing Bestowed. Okay. What I really see here is a really, really significant turning point in something that has been troubling you. Something happens. Now, you may have been investing in dreaming about a change. There's something that has been niggling, bothering you, but it's come to an end. And there's a, gosh, forgive me, reading number 2. I'm going to draw some more cards, actually. It's really, really interesting energy. I'll just voice what I'm actually feeling here. On the one hand, I'm seeing a whirlwind of stuff around you, okay? On the other hand, I'm seeing stillness. And I'm seeing choices and openings and a shifting occurring, the moving away from something that's been bothering you. Divine guidance, divine timing. I feel like I've got 2 different energies in this reading, and I think that's why I did this sort of pause here. Look at these 2 cards, you know, look at the way the energy, literally we've got flow of energy flowing through here. 10 of Swords, 8 of Swords. Now, I was asking as I drew these cards, I was asking for more information. Okay, right, I am feeling clearer with this, and we'll draw more cards to find the process as well as to what happens. So that whirling energy that I'm seeing around you. So I think, Super Souls, that you have been in a scenario where there's been a lot of stuff going on around you. You've known about it. A lot of it's below the belt. The backstabbing, there's been backstabbing, you know, undermining, backstabbing, you know, stuff going on that's been causing you a problem, and it's been causing you a problem in your head because you know that something isn't right. but you haven't quite known what it is. You know, the Goblins card, the Eight of Swords sitting underneath. You haven't known, you either haven't known exactly what's been going on, or you haven't known what you can do about it. But it's been whirling around you, and it's been causing you to kind of, well, it's basically been a bit of a headache. What's been happening, I think, because it's been below the belt, behind your back, do you know, it leaves you feeling, when this kind of stuff happens, it leaves you feeling like, well, you lose sleep over it. You end up thinking about it all the time. I mean, here we have Four of Swords. I mean, just look at the imagery here, with her sleeping in the background here. And here we have, you know, trying to find a solution, trying to think of the way forwards. You know, even when you go to bed, it's on your mind. It's been replaying over and over and over in your head. It's been bothering you, bugging you, under your skin. When you know something's going on, but you can't do anything about it because it's whirling around you, but you're not being given the information you need to fix it. Okay? Now, this is gorgeous because the rune of movement is the bettering of any situation. The whirling goddess literally says, look, just give yourself up to the universe. It's going to get taken care of. Don't overthink it. Don't bring your head into this. Just trust, lean into trust. This is going to get sorted. The Hierophant really confirms that. And we see the clearing here, moving away from the goblins, the demons, and moving through. You know, this is the coming out of the woods, when you get into a place where you can't see the woods for the trees, and you suddenly see there's a clearing, there's a light. Ace of Cups. There is a shifting here. The Nine of Pentacles is such a confirmation as our last card. Because blessing bestowed, surrender, sensitive sister, be moved by the moon. The Nine of Pentacles is a card, I always feel, it's like, for me, it's like a card of self-satisfaction. It's like you can, and I don't mean it in a smug, ego-y sort of way, but you know, when you just step back and it's almost like somebody who's behaving really, really badly suddenly trips themselves up. They get caught out, they get found out, or something comes to light and they're in trouble, or you just think, well, that was your karma, and you had held back from delivering it. You've been trying to think what best to do. You haven't known what to do. You felt quite disempowered by the situation. And then suddenly, whatever was going on, and there's been some pretty, whoever this is, whether it's an individual, and for some it's a group of people, there's more than one person, They've taken up more airplay in your head than they really deserved. But it's understandable, because you knew stuff was going on, you knew it wasn't right, but you didn't know how to tackle it. This is a week when this gets kind of, I won't say sorted in its completion, though I think there may be, but basically something happens, divine timing, guides, angels, whatever your belief system, God, source, you know, great spirit, steps in and it gets taken care of. You don't have to do this. You don't have to deliver justice or retribution. Something shifts and happens. It's brought to light. The reality of this is brought to light. And it's like, wow, this is amazing. Wow. It's brought to light. And this is a blessing. So surrender yourself. Stop worrying about it. Whatever's been giving you a hard time, whatever's been taking up your mind, whoever has been behaving badly in your world, individually or collectively, or, you know, a group of people, this is the point when that moment of, and it is a bit, you know, I don't mean in an ego-y way, but you know, when you just think, do you know what, that needed to get fixed, and you know, you sit in this space of incredible gratitude. You're so grateful that you weren't drawn into it any more than you were. You're so grateful it's over. You are overloaded with gratitude because the whole thing is freeing up. It opens up choices for you as well. If somebody was sabotaging your ability to take action, or sabotaging your options or your opportunities behind your back, if someone was getting in the way of something, something happens this week to shift that. And you're going to be sitting there thinking, thank you so much. Thank you, universe. Thank you so much. That was amazing. This is what I'm really seeing happening. Now, I am going to draw more cards for you, reading number 2. It's really funny. It took me a moment to gel into this. It really did. But I think it's because that's the energy that's been going on around you. It's like it's been whirling around you and you haven't been able to see what's going on with clarity. It's therefore taking up your headspace without you knowing what to do. You can't connect fully with it because it hasn't been up front. But literally you've kind of struggled to find a solution for it. And you know, I think you've done a lot of personal work here as well in terms of remaining anchored in love, actually, even though you've known that stuff has been going on that isn't okay. And I think that's exactly why I couldn't anchor into it myself. It's like this whirling around, not being able to see it clearly. I couldn't see it clearly. It's like that energy transfers. I mean, you guys, I know many of you are very experienced readers. You'll know exactly what I mean. Now we are asking for reading number 2 for more information to see how this pans out. I think we can see clearly what this is about or what's going to emerge. May we ask for information as to how this is going to pan out for reading number 2. No, it's not that one. This one. There we are. Okay, reading number 2. We have... Oh, look, this is... Your cards are gorgeous. Okay, so we have Knight of Swords. Okay. This is going to move forwards quite quickly. Indeed, you might actually find in your world, so if somebody behind your back is behaving badly, someone comes in to move this forwards. And they do it with, they are fast, they are efficient, they deal with it. Like if you were waiting, for example, to get some kind of, let's say you were trying to move house, for example, and you're waiting for some kind of either, you know, a real estate agent, you know, or maybe a landlord or someone comes in and they move it forwards quickly. They're fast, they're efficient, they make it happen. The Knight of Swords is a happening energy and they're very sharp and to the point. If someone's been behaving badly behind your back, you know, if there's any law involved, you'll get a really good lawyer who will take action and make it happen. Very interesting that we have the 3 of Cups as well. So you might find for some of you that it is actually a friend who moves something forwards. The 3 of Cups really puts us in touch. Well, it puts us in touch with celebration. It puts us in touch with, it's like the birthing. Sometimes it can be an engagement. Sometimes it can be the birth of a child, even in a, in a traditional pack. But this is going to, something is going to move forwards quickly, dynamically. It will be clear and yeah, there'll be a celebration around you. So I think if there's a group of people behaving badly, if it's towards you and you are part of a group, then you will collectively see that recognition and that satisfaction that comes from it. You may even receive some compensation, some of you. Knight of Wands. Again, there's real celebration. It's like it frees you up. It frees up your headspace. And, you know, the conflict is now over. Whatever has been tearing you apart, and it has really been getting to you, whatever was tearing you apart, it gets sorted. We have this gorgeous energy of the King of Wands. Again, really powerful card. I do think that if any of you are in need of help, that help is going to come to you. Something is going to happen. It may well be initiated by other people. But whatever happens, this is getting taken care of. You don't have to worry about it. This whirlwind of stuff that's going on around you, It is not yours to bring it into alignment. It is not yours to have to take responsibility for fixing it, or indeed for finding the route out. It's been whirling around you. You haven't been able to address it because it isn't actually your responsibility. We're not in charge of the way other people behave, backstabby people. But something happens that shifts that direction completely in a really amazing way. For me, I kind of want to say result. That's the kind of flavour of this reading number 2. It literally feels like a result happens, and it needed to happen, and it shifts the energy. It opens up a space where you have the opportunity to make choices again. If there's a pie chart, I do this sometimes, for those of you that follow my readings, you'll know, but if we had a pie chart of your energy, this situation that's whirling around you has been taking up a big chunk of the pie chart of your energy, which means if it was, say, taking up 55%, there's only 45% of you left to engage fully in your world. Because that gets removed, you become 100% available. 100% available to see the choices that are open to you, to make decisions with freedom and with a sense of, also a sense of renewed trust. Because when stuff falls into place and you think, wow, that was amazing, it's that moment where you just think, divine timing is absolutely at work here. And it renews your trust, your faith, that sense of I've said self-satisfaction, but it's that sense of, do you know what, I can relax, I can trust, whatever I need ultimately comes to me and the good gets sorted out. Integrity will prevail. It's got that flavour about it. It really is. There's a real sense of celebrating by the end of this week. So whether you're watching this in the time of the build up to this full moon, or you're watching this at any other time, because we always find the right reading for us. Reading number 2, I am just sending you all the love in the world. This needs to happen. And all you need to do is remain anchored, while simultaneously not overthinking, because it's getting taken care of. And truly, this is the breakthrough time when it gets put firmly behind, but by other people, which is just awesome. Super Souls, this is a lovely, lovely reading. It really, really is. It feels liberating is the word. Yeah, if this was a one-off reading, that would be the title. It would be Liberation. It's happening. It's time for you to dance, literally for joy again, with all of your energy available for you. Reading number 2, beautiful people, thank you for joining me for this reading. If you would like to get notification of any of my readings when I post them, I post these every Sunday for weekly guidance. I also post tons of spontaneous readings. They are in a timeless readings playlist. If you subscribe and press the little bell icon, everything should come into your stream. I do loads of other stuff, so but rather than go through all of it, I'll put lots of links and information in the information box and in the comments for phone users. I have a monthly prize draw, have a free library, all kinds of stuff. I post a moon update for the coming week as well on a Friday. So just Super Souls, touch base with anything that feels as though it is right and helpful to you at any time. And I look forward to seeing you for some other readings. Tons and tons of love. This is a breakthrough and liberating moment for you guys this week. It's coming. It needed to happen. And I am thrilled for you, because this stuff was not nice. And I'm so sorry it took place. But it's going to be over, which just feels so, so magic. Super Souls, tons of love. Welcome, reading number 3. You have been drawn by the card of the dissolving light. We have the beautiful little parasol and the rune of defense. It's quite interesting because the dissolving light suggests that something is departing. I mean, you're moving into a space of, gosh, greater vibrancy, greater aliveness, but something may be being let go of. And the rune of defense, it kind of talks about, I always feel, establishing your boundaries, and so needing to say no sometimes, developing an aversion to things that don't resonate with you anymore. So let's draw some tarot cards and see what we are shown. going to draw oracle cards first. I am seeing this one. And this. And this. Have a look at these for now, and then we will draw more. So first of all, you have the, I'm going to have to work out how to say this properly, Scleranthus. Scleranthus, yes. Look at that beautiful card, bringing things into balance. Beautiful energy. You have grandmother's dragonfly holds the wisdom. And you have the slave dances into freedom. Okay. Okay, this is very interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm just going to move this along because I would like to make sure we can see all these cards and place another one in view as well. Okay. So we have the card of protecting treasure. I think we can just about see all those. We have intention. In fact, I'm going to place these here in the middle. We have storm fields. And then we have the 9 of Cups. This is very interesting. Let's place this here. Okay. So, reading number 3. Dragonfly is about moving through an illusion. The slave dances into freedom. It's like your ticket to freedom is arriving in some way, shape or form. I'm going to tune back into this again. The rune of defense. I say the rune. It's not the rune of defense. It's the yeah, it's the rune of defense, but it's like it's the rune of boundaries. Developing an aversion to something that is no longer right for you, finding your inner light and holding firm to your intention, irrespective of what is going on around you. I feel like, do you know what springs to mind is, it's almost like fake news. That's what's sort of coming through here. You're protected. You know, you're being told things that aren't really real. Okay, you need to weigh some of the information up. Information is coming to you, and I feel it's coming to you from more than one source. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here for you, reading number 3. Information is being given to you. It's almost like somebody is giving you 2 different sides of a story, and you're not really sure which one is right. And you're needing to establish this. You need to establish what is real and what isn't. What's the information that you're being given that is real, and what's the information that you're being given that isn't. Now you are protected. Look at this umbrella here. And then we have the other umbrella here too. Your vulnerability, that's the word I'm looking for. This being told different versions of the same story kind of thing is, it's causing you to feel really vulnerable because you're not actually sure. It's like you're not sure what's real and what isn't. But actually, I think this week, reading number 3, what your spirit team is saying is look, I think you know that there's an illusion. I think you know somebody is sort of, people are presenting their versions of events. And I think you know that. So don't be entrapped by this. You see through the illusion, balance it up, weigh it up. Because you're going to know what's right. 9 of Cups, there's a real sense of you being right is what I want to say, actually. So I sort of feel like you might even be caught in the middle of somebody else's drama. That's what feels quite strong here. I'm going to draw some more tarot cards, but what I feel is that you're in a dilemma about something. You're not quite sure what to do. And I'm also seeing that you're maybe having difficulty, again, I wasn't sure how to pronounce it well, but the scleranthus, bringing things into balance. It's like, do you trust with your gut feeling, for example? When you have a gut feeling, you feel uneasy. Sometimes we don't know whether that's our gut feeling giving us clear information or whether it's an emotional response to something. There's confusion around you. Grandmother Dragonfly holds the wisdom. I think if you get still enough, you're going to be able to weigh up what's going on. Because there's something around you. It could be somebody else's crisis, somebody else's storm field, somebody else's drama. Or even just too many people putting their oar in. But actually, you are going to, this is delightful. This is absolutely delightful. Your spirit team is saying to you, look, just get balanced here. Don't get pulled in. We've got all this success here. The slave dances into freedom. You're going to see the way you need to go. The information will come to you and you'll be able to see through the illusion. You will have that sense of knowing where you're going. You're protected regardless. Hold your intention of not getting drawn into the drama. Keep your boundaries. Listen to what resonates and what you want to keep in your life and what you don't. Let's draw more cards here and see what we're shown for reading number 3. Okay. King of Swords. Oh, we have 9 of Pentacles here. Lovely. King of Swords. We have 9 of Pentacles. We have the Death card. Lovely. We have Justice. Yes. It's going to become really clear to you. It really is. It's going to become clear. Temperance, my goodness me, you are weighing up so much this week. Look at this. Here we are weighing things up. We have the scales again. We're weighing things up all over again. And then we have the 10 of Swords, which is absolutely lovely because this will come to a completion and therefore a new beginning. Okay. Yeah, there are storm fields around you. Reading number 3. I'm not convinced it's your drama, if I'm honest with you. I'm really not convinced this is your drama, but it's there, it's in your world, it's going on around you. You are being given different, either someone's giving you something to sort out for them or you're trying to sort something out for yourself, but either way you're weighing up what you need to do. You're weighing up what to do. You're needing to make a choice. You're needing to find a solution somehow here. But the answer's going to come to you here. What you need to do here, I think, your spirit team are being really clear here. They're saying, look, you kind of know, you actually have the answer here. If you slow down enough and listen to your intuition as opposed to the emotionality of it, because there's a difference. It's like your intuition knows the difference between your buttons being pressed and any anxiety you have about it and the reality of where you need to go. You're going to come through this without any problems. That's what I'm really seeing here. You will see through the illusion. You'll see through what's being presented to you. The clarity will come. The answer will come to you. Your ticket out of this scenario will come. We have the Death card. We have that moment of justice, that moment of clarity, that moment of decision. You're going to know what to do. That's really what I want to say. I just feel like there's this storm around you. I don't feel it's your... I do feel for a lot of you, this is a drama that's somebody else's. You're being presented other information, or you're being called into something, you're being asked to mediate, and you're like, oh, you know, this is hard work. But it will get completed this week. It will get completed. The answer will literally come to you. Hold the intention of a completion, of liberation and freedom from this scenario. And the answer will come to you. The answer will, you'll see it. You'll see it clearly. I'm going to draw more cards for you, reading number 3. To ask for further information about this. Can we be given further information about what's going on for reading number 3? Okay, 3 of Cups. The Emperor. The 8 of Wands. Okay. I do feel like, I do actually feel, reading number 3, like you're carrying something for somebody else. You're carrying responsibility for something. You're being given a situation that a decision needs to be made, and you're being given that decision to make. I think in a way it might involve, this could involve family, this could involve a group of friends. You know, like when your 2 of your besties fall out and you feel stuck in the middle, or I don't know, your best friends who are in a relationship break up and they both phone you up and want to pour their heart out to you, and you're hearing one side of the story, then you're hearing the other side of the story, and you're just like, oh, you know, it's like people calling you to take sides. That's what I feel is going on here. And what I'm hearing is you don't actually want to take a side. You don't want to be drawn into the drama. This is the developing an aversion to what's going on around you. You don't really want to be tangled in this. Literally, you don't want to. Your spirit team are saying, look, you don't want to be tangled in this. It's not yours to carry, truly. I think really what your spirit team here is saying is look, weigh this up. You actually can walk away from this, but in a way that is tactful. Now, the card of Temperance is interesting because in a traditional pack, okay, it's the archetypal energy of the goddess Iris. And Iris is amazing. She has an amazing energy. She's really, she's kind, she's compassionate, she's benevolent, she's a friend to the poor and the needy and everybody who needs anything, she will give to them. But she doesn't suffer fools gladly. Okay, so in that archetypal energy, she can weigh things up and she sees the truth. So if someone comes along and says, oh, he said, she said, da 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 da, she really can see with great clarity. She'll weigh it up and she'll see exactly what's really being said. So, you know, she will give to anyone that needs it, but if they're not genuine, she won't give to them at all. She'll hold her boundaries. And there's a scenario or a situation around you where something is not, you're being given different versions of events. Now, whether you're being given different versions of events by 2 people who've had a falling out and they all want you on their side, or they both want you on their side, or a group of people, or someone not giving you the full facts and it's not sitting well with you. Just get still and do the goddess Iris stuff. Center yourself, get still, play out the different stories in your mind, and you will see through that which is an illusion. ask for more information if you need it as well. Ask for more information. The Emperor, take charge of your position, and that includes your boundaries. You know, you can weigh things up, you can choose to walk away if you want. I feel you basically have choices here. That's what your spirit team is saying. Look, it may be appropriate for you to just walk away and say, look, I'm really sorry, I'm not taking sides in any of this. You need to sort this out for yourselves. You know, I love you both. You know, that may be what this reading is saying. And don't worry, because you're still going to be loved by everybody. It's fine. Just because you don't want to take sides, that's cool. You're protected, you're loved regardless. You may actually feel that you need to ask for more information. You know, actually you take charge, you're asking for more information. You're saying that doesn't sit quite well with me, or that's not what I'm hearing. Could you clarify that, or whatever you want to say? But you hold your boundaries, you hold your own position in this. Your intention, you hold your own position in this, regardless of the storm clouds of others. The clarity will come to you so easily, and you can then express yourself with love, whether it's do you know what, I love you both, but I'm moving, I'm just not going to get involved in this. Happy to meet up with either of you, but you need to take this somewhere else, da-da-da, whatever that is. Love you both. There's a real sense of sending love and walking away here. Yeah, love you dearly, walking away if somebody is pulling the wool over your eyes, or you feel they haven't given you the full truth, and you ask for more information, or the information doesn't tally and you weigh it up. We've got scales, again here in the Justice card, scales, and Temperance, weighing things up. So again, you ask for more information, you weigh up the information, you think, you know, this looks this way, but it doesn't feel right, you know. And this is where you then make that decision, that choice, and you say, do you know what, the dissolving light here, letting go. You know, you can just literally just say, actually, I can't get involved with this, or I'm, you know, whatever it is, you choose to step away. Interesting, I've put the Eight of Wands in a reverse position here. Not that it makes a massive difference with these particular cards, but nevertheless, I feel like it's your focus, your energy will come. I love this card here. The Slave dances into freedom. Super Souls, in terms of your weekly guidance, something is going on around you that is, you can be drawn into it, but you can also choose not to be. You can step away from it. You can choose to step away from the drama, the toxicity, the stuff, the illusion. And you free yourself up by weighing things up and making a very, very clear choice. Clarity will come, and that includes clarity as to how to voice your own exit. And if you're not sure, the information will come to you, whether you find a reading or whatever it is, you will find something will be given to you that will make the position really clear. It will also give you the exit route out of this. You're going to know what to do, and this will come to an end. It does feel like it's not yours to carry. That's what I feel here. It does feel like there's a drama going on around you. Could be family, could be friends, but either way, I think, do you know, I think a part of you has just had enough of it. It's like, oh, for goodness sake. You know, you just want to see beyond this. But, you know, you're still going to be loved. Everybody, there's nothing dramatic here that's causing a problem for you, or not that I'm seeing anyway here, reading number 3. I feel like I want to just draw a couple more cards for you. So I think I'm going to draw from... draw from these oracle cards, the map oracle cards. I'm having a momentary lapse of remembering the name of them. Super Souls. I will put them in the information box anyway. Yeah, Ride the Wave, lovely. That is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This is a card that says, doorways are opening for you. You are on the up. You are going to surf the waves. I always feel when we get this card that you're moving out of something and beyond it. This just feels like a confirmation. You're exiting, you're letting go, it does feel like this situation is going to be, you don't have to be drawn in. It's not yours to carry. You can keep it at a safe and boundary distance. You don't have to be affected by the energy of it. You can weigh things up, decide what you want to do, how involved you wish to be, if at all. It's got that flavour of you taking charge of this. That's your spirit team really, really supporting you and saying, you don't have to be involved in this. Ride the waves, and they will literally move you forwards to where you need to go, as opposed to where everybody else would like you to be. It just does feel like there's something, it does feel like these storm fields going on around you, but they are just, don't walk up the path. Turn around and leave and go in the other direction, evacuate the area is what I want to say. But you know what I mean. We can love our family, our friends, the people around us, but we don't always want to be embroiled in the crisis or the drama. And this is a time your spirit team is saying, don't be. This is not yours. The illusion that everyone is throwing into the pot is not yours to carry. Clarity will come to you if you're not sure. For some of you, you'll either absolutely reach that moment of clarity by weighing it up. For others, ask for more information. It will be given to you, and then you'll know exactly how best to exit this situation. Reading number 3, this is your weekly guidance from Spirit, whether you are watching this as I post these every single Sunday. If you're watching this on the Sunday, then we have a week with a lot of revelations, because we're building up to a full moon. You could be watching this at any time, in which case it's the situation that is drawing you into this reading, with the acknowledgement and recognition that you can say no, draw your boundaries, and work out how best to navigate out of this. It's not your responsibility to carry. Super Souls, if this has resonated and you'd like to get notification of any of my readings, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, they should come into your stream. I post these on Sundays. I post a weekly moon update on Fridays, and do lots of other spontaneous readings that answer very specific questions. Keep the questions coming as well. If you have a particular question or a subject for a reading, if you put it in the comments, I can't reply to everybody directly, but I do make a list of all of them. I do read the comments, and then when the timing is right, I will do that reading for you. I put them into a timeless readings playlist. I'll put that link along with loads of other links that are relevant, that might have stuff that's helpful to you, in the information box and the comments for phone users. I have a monthly prize draw. I'll put the link to join that as well in those boxes too. So Super Souls, this will pass. The storm fields will pass. It's not yours to carry. You are at a time when you need to rise above and move beyond. I love that we have this fire energy, the dissolving light, letting go, and then riding the wave to a very different space of liberation and future for you. Wow, very powerful readings this week. Super Souls, thank you so much for joining me. It's an absolute privilege to read for you. I am sending you all the love in the world. I'm sorry this is going on, and that people are trying to draw you into carrying some kind of aspect of their world and their kind of drama. But that's life, it happens. And of course it helps us to learn to establish our boundaries and become much firmer and more resolute on our own pathway. Super Souls, I am sending you all the love in the world, and I look forward to seeing you for some other readings.